Imagine this. You're in a job interview in Japan. Everything is going well. The questions are normal, the atmosphere is calm, they ask about your experience, your salary expectations, your future plans, and then suddenly, someone pulls out a measuring tape and starts measuring your waist. Seriously. Not as a joke, not for a suit fitting, an actual waist measurement, because Japan has a real regulation often referred to as the Metabo Law. The name comes from metabolic syndrome, a term connected to obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. And starting in 2008, companies and local governments in Japan were required to monitor the waistlines of adults over a certain age. Real measurements, real records, real health targets. The goal itself was actually pretty simple. Japan wanted to reduce future healthcare costs before they became a larger problem. The logic was straightforward. Prevent obesity early, and you reduce long-term illness later. Less diabetes, less heart disease, lower medical costs overall. So national waistline guidelines were introduced, roughly 85 centimeters for men, around 90 for women. And if too many employees in a company exceeded those targets, the company itself could face additional health program requirements and government pressure. Now, technically, being overweight was never illegal. Nobody was getting arrested for having a large waist. That part matters. But the strange feeling never really came from punishment. It came from the idea itself. A workplace measuring your body as part of national policy. And the weirdest part? A lot of people in Japan did not even find it especially shocking, because from their perspective, the logic made sense. Healthcare problems cost money. Preventing them early saves money. Simple. But from the outside, the image still feels surreal. A line of office workers waiting quietly, while someone walks around with a measuring tape. Not for fashion, not for tailoring, for public health compliance. And that is what makes the whole thing feel so strange. Not because it came from nowhere, but because it came from a place that sounds completely reasonable. A government looked at rising healthcare costs, looked at obesity statistics, and eventually arrived at this conclusion: measure everyone first.